If there's anyone that should be on a book buying ban, it's me. But the great folks over at NYRB had a incredible sale, and I just couldn't pass it up. I got 13 books. Let's talk through them, and let me know if you've read any of these, because some of these sound awesome, and I want to know which one to read first. The Grand Hotel by Vicky Baum. If you've seen The Grand Budapest Hotel, directed by Wes Anderson, it is one of my favorite movies of all time, so I know that the book is going to slap. I am super excited to dive into this one. The Seventh Cross by Anna Sagers. This book was originally published in 1942 and raised awareness about the atrocities that were taking place in Germany during the Second World War. This is the first time the unabridged translation has been translated into English, and I am a sucker for wonderfully written World War II historical novels, so I know that this is going to be a great one. Idiocy by Pierre Goyetat. Goyetat was a French author. This is a first-hand memoir of the atrocities and his experience during the Algerian War. Meow by Benito Perez Galdós. I think it's Meow. There's cats on the cover. So this is apparently a satirical look at middle-class life and society. I love a good satirical fiction, so this is right up my alley. The Corner That Held Them by Sylvia Townsend Warner takes place during the Black Death and talks about how a community sustains, comes together, and overcomes tragedy. It focuses on the happenings of everyday life in a small-knit community, and one that I'm excited to read. Ginster by Siegfried Krakauer. This is apparently an anti-war, war novel satirical fiction. The main character is painted as an anti-hero and focuses heavily on the anti-war movement in Germany during World War I. Last Times by Victor Serge. Last Times focuses on the fall of France during World War II. Serge was exiled to Mexico, where he spent the remainder of his life, and during Last Times, he wanted to share his experiences through a novel aimed at an American audience. The Old Devils by Kingsley Amis. This is a character novel that confronts aging in later life with sympathy and intelligence. It's supposed to be a beautifully written novel, and one that I'm excited to dive into. The Hive by Camilo Jose Cela, taking place during the Spanish Civil War, has over 300 characters in a book that doesn't seem to be massive, so I'm really interested to see how this unfolds and how he's able to flesh out all of these characters. But this did win the Nobel Prize for Literature in 1989, so it's got to be awesome. Notebooks, 1936 to 1947 by Victor Serge. Serge utilized his time in Mexico to craft thoughts about the memories he had earlier in life, how he ingrained himself in the culture in Mexico. I just love the way that Serge is able to flesh his thoughts out onto the pages, and one that I'm stoked to read. Effingers by Gabrielle Turgis. This is a multi-generational family saga that takes place during World War I. Family that falls on hard times in Germany. They're struggling with adjustments of the Weimar government. It is a massive beast, and one that I'm adding to my community slow read for 2026 over on Substack. Driver by Mattia Felice. Mattia Felice had over 20 years of experience driving trains and utilizes their knowledge in this book about a man who moves to Paris to drive trains. And I know Tony from A Life on Books talked about it and sounded really interesting, so that's why I picked it up.